Hi, I'm Mike, and we're just a couple hours away from beginning our weekend live stream. It takes place every Sunday night. But before we get there, there's a whole lot to do and one really cool announcement coming up on Our Wyoming Life. All right, so like I said, we've got about 2 hours, 1 hour and 50 minutes now until we go live on YouTube. We do it every single Sunday night at 7 p.m. And it's a chance for Erin and I to sit down and actually talk to people and talk to everybody, basically, who wants to show up. We do it on the Beyond the Ranch channel, and it's a lot of fun. If you've never had a chance to join us, head on over there, subscribe. We just hit 7,000 subscribers on the Beyond the Ranch channel. That's 7,000 folks that just like to come and hang out on the weekends and see what's going on in the ranch and get a really cool kind of behind the scenes look. I'm going to try to do that for you here today on the regular channel, Our Wyoming Life, as we have some pretty cool stuff coming up over the next couple of days that we want to share with you. And really, there's not any better way to do it than just to go outside and show you what we got going on. So we're going to head out of the studio here. We're going to go downstairs and get to work. Erin's down here cooking. She has made it pretty clear that dinner is at 6, so I have to be done with you guys here pretty quick and hopefully be able to get back and get something to eat. Hi. You don't want to be on camera, do you? Okay, I'll come back in or something. Okay. All right, so in a little while we'll come back and talk to Erin. All right, we just got done. We had a nice little rainstorm here this evening, which kind of screwed up my filming plans just a little bit. But I want to go over and check the rain gauge and see how much rain we actually got this afternoon, because it did come down pretty good for us. Let's see what we got. It's never as much as you think it is. All right, so we had a storm, basically, that came through, put rain down for quite a while. And from that storm, we got that much rain. Maybe 1/4 of an inch. Actually, it's a little annoying, but any rain is better than no rain. And it doesn't matter how much rain we got, because we got tons of stuff to do. And I'm gonna head in the shop and I'm gonna tell you what we have going on here on the ranch and what's happening tomorrow that has us all really excited. All right, so coming up tomorrow, we have the governor's wife is actually going to be right here on the ranch. She's going to come and visit us, and more specifically, she's going to come and visit Erin. She's not coming to see me, trust me, but she's coming to see Erin and take a look at what Erin and the Edible Prairie Project, along with Megan, are doing to benefit and to help out low-income families in our area by supplying local produce, local meat, and everything else that we can do to actually help the less fortunate in our communities. It's really cool that she gets a chance to come up and take a look and see what we're doing. But if you know anything about Erin, you would know that when we have somebody like the governor's wife coming up to visit us, there's tons of stuff that needs to be done. So I've actually been cleaning for about 3 days straight, not only getting cats out from inside of the dashes of the RV, but been cleaning and trying to do as much as possible. And I've almost got it narrowed down. I've got one last little project that I want to get done here. I've got about, 45 minutes to get it done before dinner. And it's very simple, but I'm gonna go and do it, get it done, and then we'll check back in. We'll see what we got going on then. And maybe we'll take a look at Erin's cooking, who knows. So as far as I know, this is the last thing that I have to get done. We're trying to finish up the weed whacking around the wagons so it looks nice and pretty, but we've been mowing, we've been removing any kind of trash that we can find, basically relocating a lot of stuff. But this is the last little bit. I'm gonna run through here with the weed whacker. I actually have a different blade on the weed whacker that I'm gonna show you guys that you may not even be aware exists, but first I have to remember where I put the weed whacker. It's somewhere around here. I don't know where it's at. I think we might have walked by it in the shop. Let's go check in the shop. So here it is. This is an attachment that I like to use on the weed whacker every once in a while, that if you're out cutting anything that's tough, that's dry, that's gonna chew through your strings, this is kind of the way to go. There's two different versions of these blades that you can get on your weed whacker. One of them is metal and the other one is plastic. I've used the plastic ones quite a bit. They don't tend to last as long as the metal ones, but they are a little bit safer. These metal ones will last you, I think I've had these on here for a couple weeks and had no problems with them at all. So we're gonna go fire up the weed whacker. We're gonna chew through some weeds and I'm gonna show you how these blades work and some of the dangers and pitfalls of working with them as well that you gotta keep in mind. Okay, so we're gonna weed whack right around the wagons here, and really with this new blade we should be able to knock it out pretty quick. So the big thing with this thing is that you can't get too close to anything. The plastic blades are a little bit safer because you can get up next to stuff, and if you touch it, it's not the end of the world. With these metal blades, obviously you don't want to touch pretty much, you don't want to touch anything. So you get pretty good at being able to judge distance. And if you're ever afraid of getting too close to something, just remember you can always just pull it out. So that's it. Works pretty slick. I'm gonna do the rest of these, but a lot of people have actually asked me before about these wagons. So I figured I'd just take a minute and show you some of the wagons that we have here on the ranch. These wagons, we've had them for years. Most of them were actually Gilbert's at one point. And we decided to put them over here by the farm store so that everybody could enjoy them. This wagon is actually an old bunkboard wagon that Gilbert bought at auction, actually before we even came to the ranch. I don't know how old it is. It's been repainted a few times, but still in decent shape. And could you imagine coming across the entire half the United States on one of these? Just blows me away that that people were able to do that. This next wagon that I'm going to show you is actually one of Gilbert's favorite wagons. Gilbert was my father-in-law. He's who brought us to the ranch. He passed away in 2012, but he left us these relics to be able to enjoy forever. This wagon, Gilbert originally worked at the co-op in town, which is where they had an elevator and trains used to come in and bring in all of these bags of feed. And this thing was used back in the 40s because they would unload the feed from the trains, they would throw it onto this. It had a handle at one point. Well, it still has a handle, it's just not attached to anything. The handle actually went on one of these ends. I'm not sure which end it went on. Right here, here's where it went. The handle was right here. and they would load this thing up with thousands of pounds of feed, and they would pull this by hand to the store where they would unload it and then be able to sell it right there. So kind of a cool piece of history of Gillette and our area right here. This wagon Gilbert bought at auction. This is a covered wagon. This is a very small covered wagon, and I doubt this one was ever used for moving across the entire United States, but it could have been used on a small ranch when you had to run to town and get supplies. This is the type of wagon that they would have used back then. This wagon is actually one of my favorites, and this wagon I actually built myself. The original wagon, as you can see, was pretty much torn apart, dilapidated, and falling apart, and I was able to take pretty much all the wood out of it and replace it with new good wood. Got it stained, got it cleaned up, and now here it sits out here where it's about ready to get rained on pretty well. So those are the 4 wagons on the ranch. I'm going to finish weed whacking around these things and get them all ready for the governor's wife, so she doesn't see any weeds. Hopefully, I think that's the whole point.
Living in this van, oh Lord, some might say I'm free. Living in this van, oh Lord, ain't no home for me. Living in a limousine, fancy upholstered seats. Living in this limousine, ain't no home for me. Living in a dumpster now, smells like rotten meat. Living in this dumpster, Lord, ain't no home for me. Living on a mountaintop, farming crops of green. Living on this mountaintop, ain't no home for me. Check it out. Living in this prison cell, dreaming when I'm free. Living in this prison cell, ain't no home for me. Living in a van, oh Lord, some might say I'm free. Living in this van, oh Lord, ain't no home for me.
This one has rubber tires. I don't want to get too close with these blades. All right, we just got a couple minutes until live stream. The steak sitting very well within my belly, and we're almost ready to go. As usual, we're waiting for Erin to come on up and get situated. But other than that, hey, look, it's me, right there, right there. There you are, and look at that. There's you. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow with the First Lady of Wyoming is going to be here. Hopefully I'll be able to snag some footage of that to be able to show you as we continue on with the vlogs. Lots of stuff on the way, of course, and more coming every single day. We're going to kind of change things up just a little bit with the vlog, and that is that if we have something to bring to you, of course I'm going to bring it to you, but really, if you know me at all, I don't like making up stuff just to have footage, and I don't like doing videos of cleaning the shop. So obviously, when we have the vlogs come out, we're going to have something for you guys, and we're going to make it worthwhile. So be sure to stick around, make sure that you subscribe, hit that little bell so you get a notification anytime we have a new video come out, and until next time, have a great night, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming life.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we do.
Hi guys, I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
And this is Beyond the Ranch. That loud pop that you heard was actually Erin opening this thing. I'm pretty sure that it was blaringly obvious in the intro, but thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us this evening, and thank you to all the new faces that we see out here, as well as the old faces that are always here. You guys really do get us up and moving every Sunday night about 7 when we roll out of bed and come up here and do this.